Hi, I'm Rebecca from conquerbooks.com, and today I'm talking about Deal with the Devil, a Mercenary Librarians Novel. Thanks for joining me. I did receive this arc for free, but the viewpoints are my own. And the reason why I was drawn into it was it's about mercenary librarians. And so it's set in this future America that the government and society has really just crumbled. There's energy crises, there's big corporations controlling all of this futuristic technology, and masses of people living in poverty. And we've seen some of those elements before, of course, in science fiction and fantasy. But I liked that it was about books and people who love books. And so this follows Nina, who has escaped from her work as kind of a superhero. This corporation has trained her and modified her and grown her up from her childhood to be this like super strong, super smart would-be assassin if she, didn't have such this optimistic look at the world. And she finds two other like-minded people, and they are trying to build a community in Atlanta that is, taking back the world from this dystopia and putting all of their energy and efforts into growing it into something good. They do a lot of cozy things for their neighborhood, like working with youth and gardening, but their main focus is on the book element. You can see she's standing on a pile of books, and that's because they go out and they collect and they find rare books. They have their own library where they're trying to retranscribe and print things so that people can begin reading books again, and then they sell them for money as well. So everything's going well until Knox walks in. And so this is a book with strong romantic elements. And so Knox is kind of the male equivalent of Nina. He too was controlled by a corporation for most of his life. He signed up to do so, hoping to make the world better, but quickly realized that his actions and the things he was required to do actually did more harm to the world. And so he is super strong, super smoking hot, and he is being blackmailed into delivering Nina to this unknown person. And the reason why he's so keen to do that is not because he wants to, but because a member of his team has been captured. So you can kind of guess some of what might ensue between two super strong, super hot people in this dystopian future. One of the things I really liked about the book was that they each had their own team of secondary characters who had their own powers and insane, mental capacities in their own right. And so seeing the two teams working together, working against each other, all of these things happening that kind of draws out what each of their own powers and their own abilities are was really interesting. I didn't buy into the romance that much. A lot of the plot points that, really came down to it seemed to just be placed there to try and get the characters to respond. And so I felt pretty distant from the characters. I think that this is the first book that they're coming out with, the Mercenary Librarians series. And so we'll see what happens with Nina and super hot Knox. And, she's standing on a pile of books. So hopefully there are more books in her future. Thanks. Bye.